and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Rubino.
And this DJ in the building.
And you listening to the UpNUp podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
I don't know, just listen.
Yes. Welcome.
What it do?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the UpNUp podcast. I'm your host, Rubino.
And I'm DJ man.
What's going on, boss?
I'm good, man. Chilling.
Yeah. Chilling like a villain?
Yeah,
Feeling
man.
good?
You already know.
Feeling great?
Feeling great.
Good vibes tonight, right?
Yeah.
Shout out
You
my guy,
already know.
Boss back from NY. Yep, bringing the energy.
Yes,
From
sir.
the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
If this is your first time tuning in, this is the UpNUp podcast. Thank you for tuning in. This is the podcast where we're focused on cultivating culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more, nothing less, right? We're here
Yeah.
to provide a space for individuals, groups, movements, right? Out here carving lanes, right?
Yeah.
Representing the culture and their culture, right?
Yep.
Definitely want to give a shout out, of course, to the consistent listeners, viewers, supporters, family members.
All that.
I call them family now,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? They've been rocking with us for a while now.
For
So
a while.
shout out to you guys. Thanks for the energy and the support you guys have been giving us in the platform, as well as the guests that come on this show, right? Again, like I said, we're trying to connect dots out here, right? So
Yep.
if you're listening to an episode and you rock with a guest, reach out to them, man. They're accessible, trust
Yeah.
me. Right?
They like that, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely want to tap in, so make sure you reach out. Now, if you want to continue supporting the podcast, you know what to do. You can find all the episodes on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. We ain't on TikTok yet, but we're going to try that out, right?
Yeah. We're going to tap in.
Right? Just type in the UpNUp podcast, and that's where you can find it. Also, if you're not already, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms @_the UpNUp, right? To stay tapped in. We got a lot of great things coming.
Yeah.
Trying to close out the year strong, right?
Yep.
That's how we do it, right? Okay. And last announcement I want to make, of course, Listener Appreciation Week is around the corner.
Yeah.
Episode 60, right? The best way to describe it is we allow a listener to come up here and take over the show, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much. I'm going
much.
to just sum it up to
Yeah.
that. The way to submit, you can go to @_the UpNUp, hit us up in the DMs and let us know what your favorite episode was and why, right?
Yeah.
And we'll pick a winner. You can come up here and take over the show.
Yeah.
You can take quote of the day too, whatever you want to do. Now, any other announcements, bro?
Nah.
We good?
Not really. Yeah, we good.
Okay, cool. Now, obviously, if this is your first time tuning in, the purpose is to provide context, right, on this show, right?
Yeah.
Show you how people get to where they're at, right? It's not overnight. It's never overnight, right?
Never.
And today's guest, I would say, is definitely a man whose commitment to his craft and work is not only carving a lane for himself, but I would also say is providing the much-needed humor we need in our lives, right?
Yeah. For real.
This world can be, could be a dark time, man, dark place. So it's always good to have that energy brought, and this brother's definitely bringing it. I'll say he's definitely a humble and hardworking man, culture cultivator who's keeping everything on the up and up, right? All the way from Denver out here, right?
Yeah.
Brother pulled up. And just to give you some insight on the brother's work, he's definitely a household comedian, entertainer, emerging actor, and overall businessman, right? In every sense of the word, I would say.
Yes, sir.
A friend to the show, right? Our Habesha brother, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think let's just get straight to him. And our guest is none other than a comedy cultivator himself, Filmon, a.k.a. Gergish. Yohannes, can we get a round of applause? Yeah.
What an intro. That was
Bro,
amazing.
thank you, man. Let's make a great album now.
Yep.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Appreciate y'all for having me here. It's about damn time.
There you go.
For
Oh, don't
sure.
come
There
cuss
you
on
go.
here?
You
Yeah,
curse,
you
say
can
what
say
you
what
want.
you
Say how
want.
you feel.
Oh, well, for sure. Fuck that. Let's get it. We here.
Got that out the way?
Yeah.
All right. But thanks for coming, man.
Man, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Time is everything, bro.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely day one. Gergish definitely day one supporter, man.
Yeah.
Since the late sesh days.
From the late sets, for sure, man. I was tuning in, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, if you're familiar with the show, we always start the show with a quote of the day, right? Get the vibe right, get the mood right. So I don't get to tell quotes on this show at all.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
I've been cut off, especially after last episode. I went overboard. But what you got? What you got for us, man?
All right, so the quote of the day today is, "You can't deny laughter. When it comes, it plops down in your favorite chair and stays as long as it wants."
That's dope.
Who said that quote?
Stephen King. Yeah.
The author?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's
dope.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's a dope quote, though.
It's
Yeah,
it was a dope
yeah.
quote. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
You wanna run that back for the people in the back?
Yeah, run it back. I definitely went over
feel
people's
that.
heads.
I gotta feel that one.
Yeah. So the quote is, "You can't deny laughter. When it comes, it plops down in your favorite chair and stays as long as it wants." Yeah. So
That's real. Now, obviously, we bring in quotes to start the conversation, but we also want to get quotes that tie into the guests and their story and what they're doing. But now, obviously, you've been grinding, man. You've been putting in a lot of work, and you definitely have established yourself in the comedy space, the entertainment realm. But like I said, we want to always take it back, right, and get to the bottom of like where it came from and where it all started. So you grew up in Denver, right? Am I correct?
Grew up in Denver, yeah.
Okay.
Denver, Colorado.
So what was it like growing up out there and kind of like trying to figure out who you were early on in your life?
I knew I was always a class clown.
There you go.
For sure. Growing up, I was a class clown, but I swear to God, like, I never thought it'd get to this point.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Your
like,
teachers probably didn't think that either, right?
Nah, hell no. Hell no. They was always against that shit. I was always in detention clowning, man, for sure. But, I mean, y'all know where this shit started from, man. Like, honestly, like, it's funny, like, my pops, like, he was doing skits before I was doing skits. And it's funny, like, he would throw, like, all our parents, like, different parents in these skits with him, recording the kids. And it's funny, like, I didn't realize, like, dang, my dad was doing this way before I was doing this shit. But I didn't realize he was doing the skits and stuff.
So he was, like, really in it. Like,
what? Like, he had costumes. He had military costumes. He had, like, wigs for the people that were in the skits. Like,
what?
I'm talking when I was, like, 7, 8 years old, man. Like, and it's funny, I never, like, even realized it until, like, now. Me and my sisters will watch, like, old school, like, home videos. And I'm like, damn, Baba been making these skits. This is crazy. Like, that's why I think in terms of, like, you know how, like, Habesha parents don't like certain traditions career-wise and stuff that you go through. Like, like the whole comedy thing, like, that's not really one that your parents going to let you go right
for sure.
with. And I feel like that's why I got so lucky, to be real.
It's a
with you.
luxury,
like,
huh?
Yeah,
You
real.
definitely had that luxury.
Like, my pops never realized how big it was, but, like, I feel like that's why I'm so lucky. Like, the fact that that he was a comedian. Like, I got lucky. My mom be tripping though. My mom be thinking like this comedy shit's for the birds, man.
Yeah, but you got someone who'll back you up when you're dad.
Yeah,
though.
oh yeah, for sure. Like they'll come to my shows and then they'll realize the shit. But like my mom, she'll be like, "Why are you doing this stand-up comedy every day? Stand-up." She's like, "I find job for you. You sit down. You don't have to stand up." I'm like, oh man.
That's crazy, man. But no, I think it's definitely a luxury. Like, regardless of what it is, just to have open-minded parents. You know what I'm saying? I think your dad doing that, like, he can't not be open-minded to you wanting to do it, right?
Facts.
So that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. What was some of the other like early interests you had when you was growing up? Because I know you was
Man, I thought I was gonna be a rapper.
Yeah,
you
I heard his track.
I thought I was gonna be a rapper,
Me
man.
too, bro. Me too.
I was a part of a rap group called The Trio, man. Man, shout out to my boy Ace, man. My boy KB, rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
But, we were part of a rap group. We had studio, man. We had like a $4,000 studio that we all pitched in on, and I swear to God, I thought I was gonna be a rapper. Like, this comedy shit came out of nowhere. Comedy started moving. Gergish was in motion. I literally just hit pause in my music, man. People were like, "You don't make music anymore?" I was like, I don't think so. Like, based on this comedy thing.
But I think the music definitely probably helped the comedy, right? Like, just
in
rapping.
terms of like confidence and just being a performer for sure. Yeah, for sure.
I always say that, like, hearing your voice like back, you know what I'm saying, could be weird for some people. But if you've been recording music, it's like you're comfortable with that.
That's
you know.
true.
So I think that helps for sure.
But I've always thought like, my voice was weird though. Like, that's why I think like I'm able to sound like people are like, man, you're such a good impersonator. Like if I'm in a room with you, like, I'll let you talk for like 10, 15 minutes. I'll walk out, I'll sound just like your ass.
Wow.
It's some weird shit. And that's why I think like everything that I do, even with the Habesha accent, I think that's why it's so clutch for me. It's like damn, like Asian accent, shit like that. So,
The Asian accent is definitely on point.
So being able to hear yourself, like, that's why I think I try to, like, in the booth, I always sound like somebody, like, different. Like, like you sound like an East Coast rapper. You sound like a West Coast rapper. I'm like, damn, I'm just switching up the style, really.
That's dope, though.
Yeah.
Especially, like, especially going into the acting, stand-up comedy, whatever it is, to be able to do different characters or whatever the case is. Now, I want to get into kind of, obviously, you really took off, through YouTube, right? You really utilized the YouTube platform, and I think it all started with the shit Habesha parents say, where you were kind of just mocking everything our parents be saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, the shit Habesha parents say, that's when they were coming out with that on World Star Hip Hop. They were like, shit New Yorkers say.
Oh, yeah.
Shit
Okay.
Nigerian parents
I remember
say.
that, yeah.
Like, my partner was like, man, like, you got to drop your shit. Like, if you don't drop your shit, like, by this week it's over. Like, don't even do it. And like, I feel like Gergish and everything I did was like based off trends. Every good video that I did, every great skit that I did, I feel like was the trendy one.
Yeah.
And that's why I worked out.
It was current.
I feel like if I waited like a week or two, like, and someone else did it, like, y'all probably be interviewing that person right here. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like I got lucky with that one.
I don't know, cause I mean, you still got to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
that's true, but I feel like I feel like I barely made the cut because I know it was still late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really wanted to get into the fact that like you obviously had success, right?
Yeah.
When you put that video out,
Yep.
And it sounded like your boys were pushing you to do it.
Yeah.
But I was always curious, like, did you have a strategy? Like, what if this pops off? Like, what's the next move? What's the next play? Because
Not at all, man. I always give credit to my boy Kobe, man. Like, he's the one who pushed me to do this. To be real with you, like he would show me. He would show me skits, and he would tell me, like, man, we just need to record you. Like, we'd always have this accent. We do dumb shit going through the drive-thru, like, ordering dumb shit with our accents and stuff. And then he's like, man, you got to record it. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with Lil Nate. I say this all the time, man. Lil Nate from Dallas. I feel like he started the whole Habesha accent.
Yeah.
And, you know, just bringing it to, like, our generation, first generations. And I watched it. My boy showed me. He's like, man, look at this dude. This dude got 100,000 views and stuff. And no disrespect, but I was looking like, what? Like, I could do
that.
him
I
better
could
than
do
that.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
his accent was cool, but I said to him, all the time, man. Like, I feel like because I seen his video and I seen like, wow, like he's able to get this many views.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, let me see what I could do then. If he can get this many, let me just try it and stuff. So I always give him a shout out just because I feel like by me seeing it, and I was like, okay, that was proof that this actually works.
Yeah.
So what Kobe's talking about, it might make some sense. Let's try it. And even then, I still didn't give it a try. I was like, nah, I didn't do anything. I fly to L.A. I ended up moving out there with him. He's telling me we got to do a skit, and I feel that the first one I did was a video called Internet or Interest. And it was cool, but it was such a dry video. It was literally, I was at a little desk just like this.
Yeah.
It was so dry, I didn't know how to edit anything. It was literally a 14-minute, just no edit, just straight
shot.
14 minutes.
Yeah.
Me and a white tee at the table just looking dumb. Like, I was like, dang. And the fact that they liked it, I was like, damn, okay. Like, I didn't even think that was any, like, my best work.
Wow.
Second one I did, I think it was called The Interview. That one was a little bit better. I started, learn how to edit, and that was still horrible to me. I feel like the best part of it was the bloopers. Like, that shit was funny.
Yeah.
Like, if you see, like, me and Kobe, like, when we work, man, like, it's hard to get some of these skits down. 'Cause we say some original shit that we're never ready to hear. Like, and me and him growing up, if we get in trouble with our parents, man, and we, like, laugh. Like, if I look at this dude and my mama's going ham on me, like, I'm laughing, and she gonna slap the shit at me because she thinks, oh, you laughing? You think it's a game? I'm like, nah, this nigga's laughing. He smiled at me. So those two first skits were like, it was whatever. And then that's why I said the trendy thing. I ended up going back to Denver, and I did the shit Habesha parents saying, and that shit was like wildfire.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy, and I didn't realize it. I'm looking at my phone the next morning. It takes forever to even upload videos on YouTube.
Yeah, bro. YouTube, get it together, man.
Yeah, it took forever, man. So it's doing all that, and I finally go to sleep. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning. I throw it on Facebook. That's when Facebook was live. I put it on Facebook, and I wake up in the morning. It's like 8,000 views. I'm like, hell, no way. Like,
glitch.
My phone's tripping. I'll like hit refresh on my phone. It goes to like 11,000. I'm like, yeah, right. By the end of the day, it's like maybe like 38,000, almost 40,000.
Yeah.
And I started getting calls, man. Like, people were like, yo, we want to book you to do stand-up. Like, a couple months after that, they were like, in Minnesota, 2012, they're like, yo, do you do stand-up? We'll pay you this amount of dollars. I'm like, nah, but I'll figure it out for you. Like, for sure. Like,
wow.
So I've just added more and more time to my skits or to my sets and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the start of it. That's what got me booming for sure.
See, man.
Damn.
The internet, bro.
The internet.
The internet. I'm blessed to be. The internet is a gift and a curse for me, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I hate it, but at the same time, like, I'm nothing without it. Like,
you kind of have to just understand like what it is for what it is,
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. So how was the transition though? Because you started doing skits and then you're like, all right, I got to get ready for stand up. So.
Yeah, that was different, man. Because a lot of people were like, man, is this guy just gonna do his YouTube skits on stage? Like, what is this real stand up?
Yeah.
It was definitely hard, man. And I haven't mastered anything. I feel like I'm still a student of the game, to be real with you. It was hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, all right, you're expecting people to laugh at your jokes. Like, people are paying tickets, And I feel like being a comedian is a hard job, man. I don't think that's easy at all,
Man,
man.
bro.
Like
People don't know.
to be able to put that like that laugh in people's stomach like that, like that's just not easy. So I always get nervous, even till this day. Like I have butterflies all the time, like, and it's not even like, oh, they're not gonna laugh at me. It's more of like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get this first joke off. I gotta get this first joke off, man. And before I even touch the stage, like, I'm probably using the bathroom like 3-4 times. Or like, man, you wanted 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shit.
No, I remember when you came out to Seattle. You did a show out here for Robeezy's. Something to remember.
You seen how nervous we was looking at the backstage?
They had me hosting, and I was like backstage with all the comedians. They're all back there just like. So some of them were talking to each other. Some of them were just sitting there in their own heads, just telling their own jokes. Like, I'm trying to get these off. I'm like, it's real, bro.
Hell yeah, man. We back there just nervous and shit. It's like, oh shit. But as soon as I got that first laugh out, man, it's like, oh, y'all ain't finna get me off this stage. I even feel like I'll give a little extra sometimes, man. I'm like, like it'll be a 45-minute set. I'll go over like maybe to like an hour or something like that. Just so I have to be feeling myself on that stage.
And I think it's tough too, just like being able to. I think the internet skits and things like that, obviously. I think it's an important element because there's some comedians, stand-up comedians, who could never do that. Right. All they can do is tell jokes on stage. Right. So I think,
and vice versa, man. I feel like a lot of Instagram comedians think they could just get on that stage, and it's like, man, that's the scariest part. I'd rather be someone who's good at stand-up and then slowly transition to being on skits. But there's some people who think they are hot.
For sure.
In the Instagram, man. Sure. You try to get them on that stage, that's a whole different beast, man. That shit is not easy at all.
But I think another interesting thing about you is obviously you're Eritrean, right? And you have that niche market, right? You have that niche audience that supports you, right? And you can speak to. Obviously, your comedy, in my opinion, can reach many different people, right? Many different, especially like first generation immigrants. They can just relate. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna lie, that's what I feel like. I feel like that's what I gotta start doing, like, for sure. Like, I feel like the whole Habesha thing, like, it's kind of like my comfort place, man. I feel like I gotta break out. I know a lot of personal friends, people real close to me who've told me that, like, plenty of times, man. So I respect them for that. But I've started going to, like, open mics, like in Denver. Like, it'll be a New Talent Tuesdays, for example.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's different, man, because first off, you got to ask them to be on the stage, and it takes like 3 weeks for them to process the whole thing. So, like, all right, and they don't really care how big I am. They don't really know it. They don't know how many followers I have on Instagram. Like, they ain't even worried about all that. They're like, all right, so New Talent Tuesdays, you got 2 minutes. I'm like, 2 minutes? Now, that sounds easy because I'm used to 45 minutes to an hour. Dog, that's just the hardest thing ever because I'm trying to figure out which jokes do I fit in these 2 minutes, man. Like, how do I even make this shit work? And the most nervous I've ever been, man. And nothing but Sada's in there. I'm used to being the headliner. Everyone knows who I am there.
Sada's are white people, for those of you who don't know.
Your average Billies and Jennifers. And it's like, but no, man, like, I was nervous as hell. Like, that was like the worst I've ever had it. Like,
but you know what's crazy? So I actually brought that up because I was watching a Seinfeld show, comedians in cars getting coffee. You see the one with Eddie Murphy? I don't know if you've seen it. And Eddie said something dope where he was talking about, like, there's a lot of comedians who, like, neglect their niche market. Like, their market that they know, their audience that they know they can always kill because they think they got to try to do everything, you know? And he's like, bro, just do what you do, you know? Like, kill that. And then, like, slowly opportunities will come from that, you know?
And I know friends who tell me that, too. They're like, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, just keep running with it. But I just feel like maybe it's just, like, a new challenge for me. Like, nah, I kind of want to see if I can, branch out. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to stop, saying these Habesha jokes.
For
and
sure.
the people who are telling me to, like, get different, like, followers, they're not necessarily saying stop doing these Habesha jokes. They're like, see if they laugh at these Habesha jokes, man. He's like, because you're not necessarily saying anything in, your native tongue. You're not speaking in Chicken. So, like, your average, like, I'll have, like, an Indian person in the audience, and he'll be a fan, and he's there with, like, a Habesha girl, and I'm like, who told you about this show? He's like... And I'm thinking it's his girlfriend or whoever he was with. They're like, nah, he actually put me on your shit. Like, that's why I'm here. And I'm like, what? You a fan? He's like, oh, you're hilarious. You remind me of my dad. Like, you're not saying it in the language, but I know exactly what you're saying. And I don't even hear what you're saying. I can't really translate it, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Comedy's comedy, man.
Exactly. I know.
Laughter is laughter, bro.
And that's the thing. It was like, your shit was like hella relatable to us. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like just like what you're explaining right now, dude was Indian, but he still felt you. You know what I mean? So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if any of this stuff wasn't relatable, like, I probably wouldn't even be here. Like, they're like, man, you sound like my pops. You sound like my pops. Nah, I sound
But
like all our pops.
But we can all relate. Like I remember watching George Lopez, bro,
that's my
and
guy.
I'm like, I'm not Mexican, but
Why
shit
you
he's
crying?
talking-
Why you crying?
Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I've dealt with that. You know what I'm
That's my
saying?
shit, man.
Yeah.
And I grew up. People don't know. Like my first 15 years, like I grew up in like west side of Denver, which is like off a street called Federal, and this is like nothing but Hispanics, man. Like I ain't know shit about grease, brush, waves. And I ain't know none of that. I ain't have no edge up, nothing. Like I look like
So you was like an honorary
what
Hispanic.
for sure I was. I went to a middle school and there was three African Americans. One of them was my sister. One of them was a janitor, and the other one was the assistant principal.
Okay.
So she always looked out for us because she felt bad. It was nothing but like Asians and Hispanics. Like they called me Filmon. Like,
Felipe,
yeah,
some.
yeah, it was crazy, man. So I was like, my whole I was kidding with the essay. So
I'm dead.
the George Lopez shit, that shit sticks out to me for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I know you were saying, you're a student of the game. So, what's some of the stuff you learned, like, along the journey?
Man, I've heard someone told me like, no one knows your set more than you. So don't, even if you are bombing, don't let the crowd know that you're bombing. Like if the joke didn't hit, go on with the joke. Like just go on to the next joke as if that wasn't even supposed to be the punchline. Don't sit there and wait for that awkward ass pause. So that's something that helped me because there's certain shit that might go over people's heads when you're writing these jokes. You're like, oh, I'm finna kill him.
Yeah.
But there's certain jokes it's like, damn, they didn't get it. So for you to just sit there and pause,
Yeah.
that was just you open the door. You let them know like, did he just bomb?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? So that's something that someone told me, and everyone usually asks me for advice, and I tell them that every time. That's the number one thing I tell them for sure.
That's gotta be scary, bro. Like,
Us scary as hell.
because
You
like
crazy?
I think we don't, as viewers, as audience members, we don't give comedians enough credit, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for real, bro.
I
be
tell
in those
people,
situations,
That's
bro.
a hard ass job, man. I'm telling you, it's not easy, and that's why I'm always telling like the host or something, because they don't do it to me as much, because I feel like they were paying to see me anyway, or they're coming to see me regardless. But the 2 or 3 comedians ahead of me, like the crowd, especially Habeshas, man. These Africans, man, you get a little bit of liquor in them, man, and they're so disrespectful, man. And so I'm always telling the host, I'm like, yo, like express that they need to shut up for these acts, man. Like this shit is not easy. Like I had a girl open up for me and she froze, man. Like I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
That I came out before my set. There was still like 1 or 2 other people. I was like, hey man, like I took the mic and mother was clapping for me. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm on stage for right now. I'm like, yo, I need to respect these acts, man. This shit ain't easy. This shit is like hard as hell. Crowd was clapping for me. I'm like, no, I'm not even out here for the applause and shit. Like,
Y'all
like,
ain't
for real,
listening. Listen, bro.
Like, y'all gotta. This shit's hard, man. And she was back there
Yeah.
shaking, like,
Yeah.
nigga, on some like shit like that will make her never want to do that shit ever again.
See, okay, so I'm actually glad you brought this up because I think that's on the whoever's putting the event together.
Yeah.
That's their job, right? To control their environment, to make sure the comedians.
Habeshas are different, bro.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to tell you, man. They're beasts. Don't let there be a bar in that comedy club either, man.
Yeah.
Like especially that's why I'm like I'm like staying away from like the Habesha hookah bars or something like that. Like I'm no longer doing shows like
So
that.
many
Like,
distractions.
too many distractions, man. Like matter of fact, the show that you said we did,
Yeah.
where was that at? That was in the theater.
That was at the theater,
That
yeah.
shit was a very successful show, man.
Yeah.
Like you killed it hosting it. Like you made sure everyone
you.
was on point.
Yeah.
But the lighting, like the sound, everything
Yeah.
was on
It
point.
felt
And
like a comedy show.
we had a rap act, and it didn't really mess it up like I thought it would have because of the fact there wasn't no bar, shit like that. But I guess that's the shit that comes with Habeshas, I guess.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know. You get some Johnny Walker in them, it's a rap. Man. It's over.
Yeah, I'm curious though, cause we also want our guests to be able to provide, obviously in your story, some really good tips and info for aspiring comedians or people who want to get into this lane. Cause trust me, there's a lot of people who think they're funny and then they want to get into this.
Yeah.
The business side of it, right? Because earlier I said, I described you as a businessman as well because you handle your business, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you didn't just pop off on the internet and not take advantage and capitalize on it. So, what are some advice for aspiring comedians to try to get into these type of showcases or events or even do their own thing?
I would say don't be afraid to gamble on yourself. One gamble I did was this tour that I did in Europe, and it was the Coming to Europe tour, and it was just a lot of promoters. Like I'm looking at like the YouTube, like the profiles. It'll tell you like where all your views are coming from. And my number one view like is the UK, like Europe. That's who follows me. It'll break it down. I'm like,
Shout out
dang.
UK, man.
Yeah, for sure. And so a lot of these promoters, they'll hit me, and they're just playing games, man. It's not even really with the numbers. Like they're just playing games. Like, oh, you know what? We're gonna push it back. Actually, we're not gonna do it, but we're gonna wait. Like they're afraid to like pull the trigger on it or something. So I put this tour together, man. I went to a 3 or 4 city tour.
Yeah.
London, Sweden, Frankfurt, and that might have been it actually.
Yeah.
But I gambled on myself, man. Like I was like 3,000-4,000 in the hole before I even showed up to these states, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, but the tickets were just going ham. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So I knew I wasn't tripping.
Invest in yourself,
like
though.
yeah, invest in yourself, man. Like that's pretty much what it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
that's how I learned like the business side of it. Like I didn't have to worry about no bookings, people going like trying to play me or anything like that.
You got control.
Exactly.
That's real.
Exactly.
And when you first came out, you was on YouTube and everything like that. And then now that there's like Instagram, you start posting like shorter videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about that event in Denver where they only give you 2 minutes, was that kind of like the same thing going to Instagram? Or?
Damn, that's for sure. But it's a weird thing. Like I feel like the shorter videos on Instagram was clutch for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people are bugging me like, yeah, when you gonna go back to the YouTube? But man, it's 2019 and people's attention span, bro. Like,
Yeah.
If they have any.
if you don't, if you don't got them in the first 30 seconds, man, like forget about it. Like, I used to hate that I made these long videos on YouTube, and I'm like, damn. Like, this shit's too long, man. I don't think they're gonna pay attention this long, and I want them to listen long enough because I feel like if they don't listen to if they don't wait to the end to even catch the bloopers, I'm like they really gonna miss out.
Exactly.
So it's like, damn, how do I chop this shit up and make it smaller so they don't just lose the attention and stuff?
Instagram definitely, and they even got like IGTV now where you can go
I
past.
think that's dope.
I love
think that's
IGTV
Yeah,
for sure.
It is.
Churn them motherfuckers sideways. with it.
Yeah. Now I do want to get into like the being a comedian, right, and an actor and an entertainer, right. I'm always curious about this because Dave Chappelle. I mean, we all love Dave Chappelle, but he had this joke where he was talking about he was at Disneyland with his kids. You remember that joke where he's talking about he's at Disneyland with his kids, taking a day off essentially, and dude comes up to him and starts screaming, "Hey, I'm Rick James, bitch," and he's just like, "Dude, time out. I'm with my kids.
Oh, yeah,
Can we get a day off?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
for you, obviously, being funny and then being funny as a career are two different things.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you gotta be funny when you don't feel like it sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, I'm chill, man. I'm a homebody, so a lot of people think I'm supposed to be a Gergish every day,
gotcha.
like on the time. I'll always stop to like take photos or like say what's up to a fan for sure. I'm not gonna act like I'm Hollywood
Yeah.
yet, but no, I'll always stop. If I go to like a party, that's probably when I'm like, all right, man, this is doing too much, man. You little 5 niggas is too faded right now, man. Get off my neck, man. They're like, it's gonna get you out of my favorite. I'm like, get your drunk ass out of here, man. Like that's what I hate. I hate that, but other than that, I don't feel like that.
I'm about to watch this and be like, yup.
They're like, oh, okay, we got that, motherfuckers. Nah, I feel like. No, like, but other than that, man, I'll always stop for a fan. Like, I don't feel like.
Hell yeah.
But it is funny because they assume like I'm supposed to just be Gergish all the time, or
Yeah.
even my voice. There's a lot of people who think that I talk with the accent all the time. They're like,
Wow.
wait, you sound like nigger, like American black. Like they shocked when they hear my regular voice, man. They're
Wow.
looking at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that how he speaks?
Yeah. No, and I mean, because I think it's just like, there's balance, right?
Yeah.
And I think you got to take people as they are. Because I like, when I see you, I see someone who can do comedy, right? But I'm sure you're trying to do other things as well in that space. So, like, because, in Hollywood, they have this thing called typecasting, where it's like, you can be seen as just this one fixture in this one way. And it's like, you can't keep people in that lane, you know what I mean?
For sure. Like your boy, who was the dude that did the Black Panther?
Michael B. Jordan?
No, the main guy.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Boseman, yeah.
I feel like he's always doing like the bios on people. Like they got him doing the same black
True.
bio.
He did
42.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, 42, and he did wait,
Was it James Brown?
James Brown. There we go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
yeah, I mean, in Hollywood, man, if you make it, you Gucci regardless, man. Like, I mean, you would hate to be the same character all the time. Like, you definitely want to switch.
I mean, you
got
to eat though. You got to pay your bills, so it is what it is.
Exactly.
You know. Now I do remember you. Obviously, when you first started popping off, you were doing like interviews and stuff like that. But I do remember hearing you say something similar to the fact that you use your form of comedy when it comes to the Habesha, in reference to the Habesha jokes, to try to help keep the culture alive, or keep it alive and thriving somewhat. Can you explain that a little bit more? Because I'm kind of curious.
When I say I do my comedy, people think I'm bashing the culture, the stuff that I'm doing, the imitations that I'm doing with the voices, he's destroying our culture, he's making fun of his parents, what kind of shit is that? It's man, if you can't see the joke, I feel like there's a joke in everything, man. There's certain shit that you shouldn't be talking about, but for the most part, if you can't see the culture and the richness of these jokes that I'm trying to because I feel like our generation, we ain't gonna be like our parents, man.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be close to our parents. I feel like after us, man, if we don't teach our kids what it is, it's a wrap. So I feel like me making fun of our parents or even the accent, this is just another form of me trying to keep the culture
It's your
alive.
truth, though.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is.
You're telling your truth.
I'm not making no lie. It's literally just me growing up, and it's funny. I showed my dad. My dad never knew how big this was. 2012, after that, it was a week after that first Seattle show I did at Dialogue, man. I don't know if any of y'all remember that shit.
I remember that.
That shit was probably at the time that was my best show ever, man. That shit was lit. But a week later, I go to Adi, and my dad's there. He never realized how big this shit was. He heard about it, but he never thought it was that crazy. We sit down, and this Australian couple comes up to us, and they're and my dad wanted to stunt on the family. He took us all to this expensive restaurant and shit. It's 20 of us. It's freaking. He feeds all 20 of us for freaking $40 or something. he thought he was stunting on us, but they come. They go, "Oh, excuse me, you mind if we take a photo?" My dad's looking at him watching him walk around the table. It's a bunch of people sitting down. He's like, wait, where do y'all know him from? They go, "Oh, is this your son?" They're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you should be proud. We've been following him on YouTube for a while, something. They go, my dad's like, "So y'all live in Australia and y'all know this thing?" He's like, "What?" He looked at me, he's like, "But Eddie Murphy coin that's it." That nigga was so juiced, man.
God.
He was shocked, man. He really didn't believe it. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
And he's, him being in that space himself, that's got to be a dope moment.
Yep.
That's kind of like LeBron's son. He's seeing his son killing it in hoop. He's like, man, shit.
He was lit, man. And it's funny, man. Like I said, I always forget, damn, my dad was doing this way before me. I really wasn't following his footsteps. This is just something that just happened. Like I said, I thought I was gonna be a rapper. I had no idea. I always forget that he was the comedian guy. That's why I feel like I'm always lucky that, that he accepts it. Because there's a lot of people and it sucks, man. Because I know a lot of Habesha parents are just so narrow-minded. They do not want their kids trying to be a rapper, dancer, painter. None of that shit exists to them career-wise. So they're like, nah, it's just a little phase, it's a little hobby.
Exactly.
Hell no. And that message right there is sick. Because you literally just shut down that little kid's dream or whatever it is. Damn, he really trying to pursue this, but you just shut it down.
That's real. I feel like, especially being Habesha or even first generation, because I feel like they all kind of experience the same type of parenting in that aspect, right? Yeah. But like you said, it's not only are you fighting for your dreams, but you also got to fight the people that brought you in this world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To
And
get their support.
Exactly. This is not a knock to the parents.
No, for sure.
I'll never I'll tell them all the time. I'll say it to their face. I'm I definitely feel like you gotta let them grow and try to at least let them try it out, but don't shut it down from the jump. But like I said, I'll never I'm not clowning our parents. I feel like if we had even 2% of our parents' work ethic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for real.
They're hustlers, man. I don't think anyone works as hard as them.
Exactly.
When we first came, my mom worked 2, maybe 3 jobs, man. I was shocked that she was able to hold down 6 kids. My parents working graveyard shifts, whatever like that. So it's not a knock to them. I just feel like we could share. If we could use their work ethic with our career, whatever it is that we're trying to go with, we'll be Gucci. But
and I think that's all we want them to understand. It's we want to take that work ethic, but we want to carve our own lanes too.
Yeah. And they can't expect you to act like you're back home. You can't expect you done expose me to the States, everything out here. You can't expect me to marry at 17 and marry this, have an arranged marriage. I'm like, nah, I done got exposed to this whole thing. Man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because, it is 2 different worlds, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up here. We have a whole different knowledge of, the way we see the world compared to our parents, you know.
Yep.
But, I don't know, bro. I think it's just a big disconnect, and we just gotta pretty much like let them know what's up, you know.
But I think we mean everybody got a contribution to make. You know, I think even you doing what you do is changing that narrative a little bit. You know, it's changing it for the kids who are coming up, seeing, oh, Gergish did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
and it's funny. Like I'll have parents who show up to come to my shows, and like that's pretty rare. Like when I see their parents, they'll be front row, and they're like, yo, my daughter's in the back. She's embarrassed. She didn't want me to sit next to her. But, yo, so she told me to come to your show. I told her that, you know, whatever you did, it was a joke. Like, I was never a fan of you.
Yeah.
But she was like, just come to the show. Like, and if you don't see the success or anything that, you know, you see that would even work. Because he said he's trying to be, I don't know what she was trying to be. I forget what career she was trying to go with. But she's like, okay, so, like, I see, it was a Toronto show. She's like, I see 2 shows, like, dang, you done had 2 shows, like, back to back. And she's like, so who, like, how do your parents feel about this? I was like, oh, my dad thinks I'm a beast. Like, he loves this shit. Like, he loves it.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to, like, show him. She's like, yeah, I always show him your flyers. Like, look, Mom, now he's in Europe.
Yeah.
Now what? Like, read him and weep, bitch.
Yeah,
like,
you got it.
like I told
you have to, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them informed, man.
You got to,
let them.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
I told you.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. She could like use you as an example, be like, you know, he made it. You know, I gotta go for mine too.
And
you know?
I for sure, me personally, I don't think I made nothing yet. I feel like I still got a lot to overcome.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like people use me as an example. Like I think that's cool. Like I'm not.
It's a
really
blessing.
tripping. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
We all know I'm the Jordan of this shit.
I like that. Now you obviously spoke on like being able to travel and go to different countries. What is kind of like the difference you would say between doing your shows here in the States and then doing them overseas?
Oh, the timing. They are on time. They are on time, man.
Okay.
Out here, I'll start a show at 8 p.m. Niggas ain't showing up till like 10:15. The show didn't start till freaking 11:16. Like it's bad, man. But out there, I went to a show in Sweden, and there was a bunch of kids. I didn't realize a bunch of kids bought tickets too. There was like a good 15, 16 kids outside. And it's like 8:30. Show starts at 9. I think I'm good. Like I think I'm way too early, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of kids lined up outside. And they see me, they're like, Gergish going crazy. And the owner's like, yo, man, like, these kids aren't old enough to come in, man. I told you your nephew was good because you talked to me ahead of time. Like, I ain't going to tell your nephew. You the headliner. You done brought all this business here. I ain't going to tell him no.
Yeah.
But he's like, they got to leave. Your nephew also has to leave after your show when it turns into the party. But these kids, nah, they ain't coming. I was like, why can't you just give them the same deal? He's like, nah, man, it's not really worth it. I'm not going to lose my license over this one night.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, that's so messed up. So I felt bad for him. I was like, all right, I'm about to just kick it outside with these guys for like 20 minutes. Took photos, little video drops, like, you know, chopped it up with them and
that's
shit.
Dope.
That is.
So that was that's one thing that stood out. They were on time. There's actually like 60 people already sitting down, and some people didn't have tickets yet. So like the promoter had to be like, yo, I need y'all to either pay up now or I need everyone to get up. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out who paid, who didn't, all like that. So
it's a good
I was
problem to have. Good problem
for
to have.
sure. Yeah, I was tripping. But I was shocked how early they got there for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Get it together, USA.
Yeah, for real. We do though, bro.
Man,
you know?
we're bad with time, bro. Like I had a show.
We got no excuse.
I had a Thanksgiving show in Columbus, man, and I was so nervous. Man, I spent a lot. This is one of them shows. Like some of my shows, I've gambled on myself, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to this city. I'm gonna promote it myself. I'm gonna team up with another promoter, and we gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And this is one of them shows, and man, this is expensive. It's Thanksgiving time, so you know these flights ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So it was like a $500-$600 ticket, and I was younger back then too. So I'm like, damn, this is about it. I needed this one to hit for sure.
Yeah.
And the show started at 9. Man, it was like 10:45. There was like 8 people in the audience.
Yeah.
Man. And me and the promoter were like, "Man, this is crazy." They're like, "Hey, man, y'all gonna have to start." Like, I'm like, "Man, there's only 8 people in here, man." I was like, "Man, give it like another 15 minutes, man." Sure enough, man, the promoter FaceTimes me. I'm in the back with the DJ, and he showed me a long ass line full of people outside waiting to come in. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like
the
motions
go. Yeah. It's like
crazy.
here to there.
It was crazy, man. I told the owner, I was like, "Man, give me a bottle, man. We gotta get it in. Nigga. We about to party for sure."
Wow, man.
Do you ever be thinking like I might have to promote it like at an earlier time so people can show up at a certain time?
Man, I've done that. Oh, I've done that one time, and I'll never do it again because, man, I had a Habesha family show up with their little kid at an Oakland festival. I'm telling you, they were sitting in there for like 4 hours, man. Literally, the mom, the dad, the 2 sisters, and the little brother who convinced his whole family to come to the show. And I was like, I felt so bad for him.
Wow.
Like, my homies are like, bro, you gotta start the show. They've been in that corner for like 4 hours. I'm like, damn. Like, so I'll never do that shit.
Yeah.
They showed up on time. They weren't playing.
Yeah.
I made sure I took photos with them, chopped it up with them for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
though.
it's tough, man. It's tough because like I feel like even with any events you're throwing, I
Yeah.
think you can't be too assumptive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't like go into it thinking like, okay, I know for a fact these people are gonna do this, these people are gonna do that. You kind of just have to have your standard, your guidelines, and then go off that. You know what I mean? Whoever rocks with it, and just keep it going.
That's why it's good to have. This is when I wasn't doing pre-sales either. So like that's when I was like, okay, that's like knowing the business, like me growing. Like, okay, I gotta have pre-sales. This gotta be professional.
Yeah.
Like my show in Toronto, like remember I was telling you about the profile. It tells you like who views you the most. Like after UK was Canada. So I'm like, all right, after Canada it's US. So I could definitely make this Toronto show happen. It's my first one, and it was the first show sold out. Like, and I was like, oh shit, like 100 something tickets.
Yeah.
So I got to know ahead of time, like, okay, so I wonder if we can be able to do these like 2 shows back to back. The owner was like, yeah, I'll just have to hire more staff, and plus he had like a balcony where people can go upstairs and chill until the first show is done. So, yeah, that shit was clutch.
Man, it's love, man.
For
You
real.
know what I mean? You definitely getting love out here, man,
Yeah.
for sure. The culture loves it, man.
I
And
love him back, man.
Hell yeah, bro. You gotta keep it coming. You gotta let us in one of your skits, bro. What's up?
That's easy. You know, people be
He said, hell no. Look
that's
at him.
easy. You know, people be afraid to jump on my skits.
For real?
I'm like, man, yeah. They would get nervous. They're like, nah, I'm cool. They get shy. I'm like, all right.
Because they know it's gonna blow up. And they're like, man, I don't know what to do after that.
Yeah. I warned them too. I'm like, you can jump my skit, but you gonna get famous.
I feel you.
Oh, man.
So, how important would you say it is to like have a team around you too that kind of helps you out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
Yeah, I think
with
it's-
logistics.
I think it's very important. I feel like in the beginning, I definitely had that team for sure. Like I definitely had a team, had people who believed in me, and the camera guy. It's just tough, man, because some people grow out of this shit, and if they're not passionate about the shit that you are, like, like they don't, it doesn't matter to them and shit. So
That's real.
I probably have like 3 people who I like rock with all the time, who always shooting me ideas or something like that. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, you need a team. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like. I don't know. People can't see this on camera, but these guys got a team, man. They got like 7, 8 people
we
back
do.
here. They
Squad.
got
man.
3
Squad.
cameramen, man. So like, a team is very important
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
man. Whoever brought these water bottles, that's
Yeah.
the team brought
Yeah.
that, man. So
Shout out Benio, man.
yeah, for sure.
Nah, that's
yeah,
real.
team is very important.
Yeah.
I think what you said is real though, because I even talked to like some of the homies and stuff who were trying to build teams, and it's like at the end of the day, you just want people who are serious about whatever it is they're doing. Like they would be doing it without any like buddy else.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think it's hard to get people to do something that you know
not passionate
that
about.
you want them to
Yeah,
do as opposed to
exactly.
what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even like, and some people could just be like jealous of the fact, like, nah, I'm not gonna put all my energy into, and you be the one on the TV screen,
Yeah.
or on the like, nah, you gonna get all the credit.
You
and
gotta
stuff.
think
So
big picture though.
There's a lot of people who think that way, man. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you'd be surprised. So
You know how much money them camera crews behind the scenes get on movie sets and shit?
I bet,
That's what
They
I'm
get
saying.
banked, bro.
I bet.
And it's
Yeah.
like a union job.
especially those
Real.
cheap ass reality TV shows. That it's like that's all profit, man.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
budget is nothing, but what they pay out is crazy, man. All the ratings, like they'll pay you the hell out for that shit. So
Easy money, bro.
Yeah, I think that's like some of the stuff that needs to be exposed too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize like it's really a team effort too. You
Yeah.
know what
Hell
I mean?
yeah.
Or like the people behind the cameras, they
Yeah.
probably
Hell yeah.
they
Yeah.
probably last longer than a lot of people
For
that's in
sure.
front. You
For
know,
sure.
so
That's facts.
Yeah.
you feel me? So
That's facts.
yeah.
Kevin Hart, perfect example, man. Like he's not a one man band. Like that dude
Mm-hmm.
got a team of. He got a team for sure, man.
Yeah, he got his squad.
Everyone has a job, man, and they like stick to it and shit. So like that's
Yeah.
genius for sure. And you see how far he done made it. Like don't think he made it by himself.
Yeah.
He didn't just get lucky for sure. He had a squad.
Yeah.
Nah, hell
That's
yeah,
what's
man.
up,
And I think he kind of set a model too, you know, on how to grow,
Yep.
like how to use comedy to do other things. And I do kind of want to give you a chance to maybe speak on some things you got coming on the horizon that people can be looking forward to.
Shoot, man.
I know
I'm
you working.
about to set up another tour, man.
Okay.
I'm about to get to it. Recently, I asked on my Instagram like what cities they trying to laugh in. So kind of little heads
Everybody was
up.
hitting you up.
Yeah, everyone, man. Random spots too, man. Like Nashville, Tennessee. I'm like, man, how many shots y'all have?
You've never been to Nashville?
Never.
No?
You been there?
No, I've never
Oh, okay.
been
I
there.
thought you were
period.
gonna tell me there's a lot of people. I was like, damn, for real?
Yo, yeah,
And-
I didn't know Australia had Habeshas till the homies.
Oh no, there's plenty of them out there.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, like that's been on my list for a while, man. I'm definitely gonna make that happen. I just
Okay.
don't know when, but
Australia, let's get it together, man.
yeah, it's
real.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen for sure. Australia. But yeah, I got this tour that I'm getting ready to set up. I'm writing a script right now, man. I'm trying to step my game up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It ain't just the skits.
Stay creative.
It's hey man, this skit, I think this movie's about to be it, man, for
Yeah.
sure. Like it's new to me. Like my sister Rosa, shout out to my little sister Rosa Yohannes, man. Look out for her. She's dope. She's hilarious. People don't realize how funny my family is, but like I'm probably the third, maybe fourth funniest in my family. Man.
Really?
My dad's the OG. He got to get it. And then I think my sister Salam, she's hilarious. Everyone, I always shout her out for sure.
Yeah.
But, like out of all of them, I'm just the one who gets paid for this shit. Like, you know, I feel like I won regardless.
So you're the one that looks like they made it. But
Yeah, for sure, easy. But she's in film school, man, and she learns so much. And I've
Okay.
helped her out with some projects, but like she actually sat down and helped me like learn how to write an actual script, man. I thought I could just write it out and just wing it. Nah, you gotta like really come correct. So she's helped me write this script that I'm working on for this movie.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm
That's
not
dope.
gonna play no games with that, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
really
I
gonna
love
take
it.
it seriously. I
Y'all
don't
like the
want-
Waynes, bro. Like,
Yeah,
y'all-
for real.
Man, I'm telling you, and everyone keeps saying you gotta throw her in there. You gotta throw her in more skits, and she just so like, especially my sister Salam, man. Like, I gotta have a camera rolling where she doesn't know, man. Because if
Okay.
she knows if the camera's on her, she just.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not natural.
I'm
yeah.
like, no, man, you're hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Fuck this. She's like, nah, get that camera off of me, Phil. I'm like, man, like, just be you, man. Like, we'll make a killing. Like, if
Yeah.
we had a reality TV show, just had this shit rolling.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. No, that's dope, though, man. That's
Yep.
dope. And then, any show? I know you said you got a show coming up this month,
I
right?
got a show in Houston, man, the day after Thanksgiving. Shout out to
yeah.
my boy Demi, aka African Prince. I don't know if y'all seen him. He got a show that he's doing. It's called The Revolution of African Ape, African Prince. But this is his third annual one,
Okay.
and he got me involved in this show because we actually did our first show in Portland State University. It was the East versus West African comedy show, and he was representing Nigeria, of course. And it was
Y'all was
funny,
like battling?
it wasn't, but that's what they called it. Like it was one of them like African cultural like comedy college shows.
Okay.
And
that's
it's
dope.
funny because I was following him for a while. This guy
Okay.
got like 200,000-300,000 followers,
Mhm.
and they're telling me that I'm the headliner. I'm like, damn, for real? Like this dude's a
Yeah,
beast. I got
yeah.
like 6,000 followers. Y'all gonna have the dude who has 200,000-300,000 followers like open up for me? That don't make no sense.
That's hard to go
And it's-
after. You
yeah,
in
it's
your mind,
crazy.
you're thinking.
And then he's sitting here before we go on stage. He's asking me for advice. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, bro, you're a beast. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all right, if I could tell you something, it's like, just don't let them know when you're bombing or something like that. But other than that, like, I'm still a student of the game. I still got a long way to go. But yeah, November 29th,
Okay.
Black Friday will be in Houston, Texas. He got a lineup. He got like 15 comedians, bro.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
He got like a full lineup full of
You're gonna be
comedians. His
laughing
lineup
for a
is
while.
his line's about to be crazy. He got that I Am Dulo cat on there. That dude's a big name, man. He got a lot of big.
Houston, pull up.
Yeah, it's about to be cracking
real.
for sure.
Hell
I'm gonna need
yeah.
all my Habeshas to pull up, man.
Yeah.
I can't have a whole bunch of Nigerians not laughing at my jokes. They gonna be like, "Who is this nigga?
What is this?
What? We came to see Demi. Who is this nigga?"
Oh, man. Okay, well, man, bro. It sounds like you're constantly working, man, and that's a good thing,
For
man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
For real, bro.
I'm trying. I got a lot of work to do, man. Don't get it twisted.
Hell yeah, man. We just getting started.
This shit is not easy. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You also social media. Where could people follow you and everything like that?
those who
YouTube.
don't
At
already.
Gergish, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know it. At Gergish, everything. YouTube is at Gergish TV.
Okay.
Gergish TV. Yep. But Twitter is at Gergish _. And yeah, my Instagram is at Gergish.
Hell
For
yeah,
sure.
man. Hell yeah, bro. Definitely. And I always ask this question, obviously, for all our guests. Something to kind of cap off the show, but it'll also cast what's ahead, right? Obviously, you got a lot of work coming ahead. So if you can, my brother, what's one word to describe what keeps you on the up and up?
What keeps me on the up and up?
You can kind of describe it, too.
Consistency.
Mm.
Yeah, because I feel like whether it's bad or not, like the more and more you do it, like it's definitely like it's practice. Like so, just keep dropping it. Like I'll tell up and coming Instagrammers, don't just drop one skit a week. Like, just keep dropping them, whether they're whack or whether they're good. Like, it don't matter. Just like the more and more consistent you are, like, it's gonna show. Like, eventually, like over time, like you got to be able to show people your growth. So the more and more you drop it, they're like, damn, that shit was better than his last one he dropped, and they got to be able to see that consistency. Like, damn, he keeps dropping
That's
them.
facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
For real, bro.
I think people respect it too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's hard to respect something you don't see consistently.
Yeah, and there's some people who like want to hold on to like their best works. Like, oh, I'm not gonna drop that. I feel like I could drop something better. It's like, man, you gotta just drop it, man.
Yeah.
Just drop it. Like, I got a homie who took a while to drop his mixtape, and he has thousands of songs on his hard drive. And I'm like, man, you need to just drop it,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, people gotta see your growth, man. They gotta see the consistency.
Yeah.
Of you just dropping music, so they can be like, and he's like, nah, he's just such a control freak. He wants to like, no, I think I can make something better. I'm like, yeah, like in 2-3 months, you're gonna make something better than you did 2-3 months ago. Like, of course, that's a given, but you're never gonna show people your growth or your consistency unless
That's
you
real.
drop it.
I think even just from being a creative, it's like me personally, like whatever it is, like I feel like I got to get it out to be able to start something new.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like I can't just be sitting on this and then try to start something new when I know this hasn't even been released yet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's important. That's a good
That's
message.
facts.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Have we got consistency before? I think that was the first time we got. We have. Okay. You
Damn.
don't keep track. You don't keep track.
Yeah, he looked like a hater over
I know.
there.
What the hell was that? You said, "How you not know, bro?"
With the hoodie on, he's like, hell yeah, we did.
I'm gonna stop looking
That
at the
nigga
video,
ain't
bro.
original. He ain't
I looked at him 3
original.
times this whole show. He's just been giving me that same mug. So
That nigga ain't original.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at Abdi now for energy, bro. Oh man, Gergish, man. Obviously, man, this is long overdue, but we're glad we got this in.
Hey, man, episode 56.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
56
nights.
nights. Yes, sir.
56
Yes,
nights,
sir.
man. They gonna be bumping the hell out of that
Hell
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. But nah, man. Seriously, man. Thank you for pulling up, man, and doing the work you're doing, bro. It's
Appreciate you.
important.
For real, bro.
It's important.
We
Appreciate y'all
appreciate
for
you,
having
man.
me. And if y'all don't mind, my boy Kubro, man, he got a nice little clothing line.
Yeah.
King
Oh,
Blackface. So, I do King Blackface Entertainment.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Like the entertainment, the
He's a businessman.
the skits, all that. Yeah,
I told you
and
he's
he
a
does
businessman.
King Blackface clothing line, and that's booming right now. So,
Okay.
y'all gonna have to figure it out. Got something for y'all, man.
Ooh.
Oh man, you a real
Okay.
one.
Y'all might be fighting for this
You
crew
a
neck.
real
though.
one.
Ooh.
You a real one.
But yeah, man, this is one of those medium ones, a large. I'm gonna let y'all duke it out.
Yep.
Shout out King Blackface.
Yeah,
man.
shout out King Blackface, man, for sure.
Shout out guests who
check it
bring
out,
gifts
hold it
too,
up.
man.
Yeah,
I
real
appreciate
talk.
that,
Yeah,
man.
no
That's
doubt,
real.
no doubt.
For
That's
real,
real.
bro.
I had to lace y'all up for sure,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Bro.
Appreciate y'all for
I
having
think
me.
I want that one, huh?
Yeah, it's a large anyway.
Ooh, by default. By default. Yep.
Yo, man, but in all seriousness, man, again, thank you for coming to the show.
you, man.
Thank you for the work you're doing, bro. Don't stop, never stop. Stay on the up and up, obviously. And with that said, I think it's safe to say Gergish is officially a member of the Up and Up. Can we get a round of applause?